friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Catherine. I hope you're all having a wonderful start to the month of October. And since it is the beginning of the month, plus a couple days, to be honest with you, it is time for my September recap. And in this video, I'm going to go over my goals for the September, how I did with each of my goals. And I also wanted to share with you guys my goals for the month of October. So let's kind of get started. So for each of the tasks, I went ahead and I calculated the percentages just so I can know exactly how I did with each of my tasks. And my first task or first goal that I set for September was to track my calories every single day. I actually did fairly well with this, not 100%, but pretty good. Anyways, for 21 out of the 30 days last month, I tracked my calories. So I stuck to my plan. And the calculations of that came out to be 70%. So if this was like a pass-fail grade, I passed. Like I passed the class, right? So 70%, that's what, a C, I guess? C plus? I don't remember. Anyways, so yeah, so 70% of the time I've tracked my calories and I feel pretty good about that. My next goal was to keep my calories at no more than 2,000 per day. That was going to be my cutoff point. So for this, I got a 57%. So for 17 days out of the month, I was under my goal, which is pretty good. That's more than 50% of the month, so I'm happy about that. There were 4 days when I was over my 2,000 limit, and I had 9 days where I didn't even track my calories. So on those days when I did not track my calories, I have to assume that I went over my 2,000 calorie limit those days. I just have to. But still, 57%, not too bad, not too shabby. My next goal was to increase my daily step count every day. I started the month off at 3,000 steps, and throughout the whole month, my goal was to go up by 100 steps every day. So September 1st, 3,000, September 2nd to 3,100, September 3rd, 3,200, and so on. And then by the end of the month, my goal was to be at 6,000 steps a day, essentially doubling my steps from the beginning of the month. Well, I'm very happy to report that I did reach my goal for 6,000 steps. So I'm walking over 6,000 steps now a day, and it actually feels pretty good. I really liked that I did not push myself to go from point A to point Z, so fast, you know what I mean? I took baby steps. I went A, B, C. I took my time, and that really helped. Now, as far as, increasing my steps every day, for 23 days out of last month, I was able to stick to my goal, and I did increase my steps every single day. I did have a few days where I did not increase my steps from the previous day, but that's okay. I definitely made up for it the following day. So for this, my steps goal, I got a 77%, which is pretty good, pretty awesome. My next goal that I set for myself for the month of September was to ride my bike pedals for at least 30 minutes every other day. And I had 5 days this past month where I did not ride my bike pedals on a scheduled day. But overall, I got 83% for this challenge, our goal. And that was pretty good. Pretty awesome, gotta admit. Give myself a little pat on the back here. Oh, yeah. All right, and my final goal for the month was to lose at least 4 pounds. If you saw my goals, it's an August recap video. In August, I had a gain of 5.7 pounds. And while I would have been loved to have lost 5.7 pounds in September, realistically, I think shooting for 4 pounds was just a lot more doable for me. Unfortunately, I did not make that goal. I did have a loss. I lost 2.3 pounds for the month. And you know what? I'm going to take it. Anyways, so I lost 2.3 pounds this month, or for the month of September. And my very first weigh-in in September, I had to gain a 0.8 that week, which meant I had 3 weeks after that to lose not only the 4 pounds I said I was going to lose, but the 0.8 too. I know why I gained, I know what happened, and I want to kind of talk to you guys about that. You know, I set one of my goals for September to keep max of no more than 2,000 calories a day. Well, literally for the first week, I was eating as close as I could to 2,000 calories every day without going over it. And that's what caused me to gain weight. Because by eating close to 2,000 calories a day, I was not in my deficit. I was eating way over my deficit. So the next few weeks, I kind of reeled it in. I really stayed focused, made sure I stayed within my deficit, and I lost the next 2 weeks of the month, and then the final week of the month, I did have a little bit of a gain. Overall, you know, I'm happy with how I did for the month of September. Could I have done better with some of my goals? Yes, absolutely, of course. But I feel that I did a lot better than I have been doing all summer, by being totally honest. I mean, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but we learn from our mistakes, right? And yeah, so that's how I did for September. I lost 2.3 pounds. I'm feeling pretty good about that. And let's just keep on going. And now, guys, let's go over my goals for the month of October. My first goal is to track my calories for 29 out of the 31 days. I am giving myself 2 days off for the month of October. That is the weekend of October 18th and October 19th. My birthday is that weekend, so I'm not tracking calories through my birthday weekend. Sorry, I'm just not. My next goal is to stay within a weekly calorie deficit. So instead of doing like daily calorie deficits, I want to have like a weekly calorie deficit and make sure I stay within my calorie deficit every week. My next goal is to track how much water I drink. Originally, I was going to say 100 ounces of water a day. But for right now, because I have such a hard time getting water in, it's better for me just to track it. I just want to track it for this month, get like a baseline where I am with my water drinking, and then next month I will set like a specific goal for drinking my water. My next goal is one I did last month, but I thought I would up it this month, and that is to ride my bike pedals at least 30 minutes every day. Every day, at least 30 minutes. And my final goal for the month is to continue to increase my daily step goal. And I started the month off with 6,000 steps. And by the end of the month, or hopefully a little bit before, according to my calculations, it should be before, I want to be at 8,000 steps a day. I honestly don't know how high I want my step count to be, my ultimate step count to be, but I think 8,000 steps is a good starting point to aim for. Okay, so those are my goals for the month of October, sorry. I did a recap for September, and I think that's going to be it for this week's video. If you guys did enjoy it, please be sure to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye.